Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Growfolds, and today I am on my way to another local plant nursery in the heart of Dallas. It's a gorgeous Saturday morning in Dallas, Texas, and I'm excited to be able to show you this plant nursery that a lot of people are very familiar in the Dallas area. So again, please make sure to like the video today and also to follow me on Instagram at Growfolds. It really helps me out with my engagement and to be able to grow our followers. But as you can see, we are going to be touring the North Haven Gardens. This is a local plant nursery in Dallas, Texas. This is one that's well known. It's a very large nursery. I'm not going to go out into the outdoor section. I'm actually here to go to a plant pop-up by Fitzgerald Tropicals, and I just wanted to go see that, but I will also show you what is available in the indoor section of their plants or tropical plants. They've got a wide variety of plants, and I want to show you, but for now I did want to show you the Fitzgerald Tropicals plant pop-up. They are here today showing off their beautiful rare plants. Like today I ended up buying this Epipremnum pinnatum marble for $20. I wanted to pan that over here, but you can see this is another Monstera Albos mint. And then we have another Monstera Albos right over here. So Fitzgerald Tropicals is actually a local plant seller that does pop-ups at this location. This one is only for $50 right here. It's a little bit lower variegation, but $50 for that big of a plant is awesome. So if you're looking for Monstera Albos, they really specialize on that. Definitely try to catch a Fitzgerald Tropicals pop-up at North Havens. They typically start at 10 a.m. and they'll announce it on their Instagram. So if you're not following them already, follow at Fitzgerald Tropicals, and you'll be able to see when they do another pop-up. But you can see that they've got some albos right over here. I have a low variegated albo, but I don't mind that at all. I love all Monsteras, and then they also have those highly variegated ones as well. So they actually vary in pricing. I did want to show you another one right here. I think this one is for $50. Not bad at all. Actually, a lot of people have already gone here and bought up a lot of their rare plants. I specifically wanted to catch this plant pop-up just because I really wanted an Epipremnum pinnatum marble. Mine actually, the cutting I had actually reverted. So like I want to start over and try to see if I can grow that. But you can see they've got some beautiful Monstera Albos right over here. So if you're a local Dallas-Fort Worth plant foldie, definitely follow at Fitzgerald Tropicals. They have some amazing plants, and you can see, look at how highly variegated this Monstera Albos is. This one is for $180, and the other one that it's my favorite one with all that variegation is for $220. I am a big supporter of local plant businesses. Obviously, I love doing big box store plant shopping tours, but if you have some local businesses, local plant sellers, definitely support them just because they do offer very healthy looking plants, high quality plants. Like look at this highly variegated Monstera Adonsonii. This is something that I wanted to get, but I'm trying not to spend too much money today. Those are all for $50, no matter what the variegation is. So I think that's awesome. I actually was really debating on whether should I just break the bank and buy this one specifically. I am wanting to get a Monstera Adonsonii. And then right over here, they've got some juvenile form Florida beauties. Beautiful Florida beauties, just a right amount of variegation. And this one right over here is unfurling its leaves. I don't know the price. I didn't actually look specifically at the price, but I am a fan of that. I have to chop up my my Philodendron Florida Beauty. It needs to be propagated just because it lost a lot of leaves. I actually neglected it. But anyways, look at this beautiful Monstera Aurea. So this is another one that I wanted to get. That one is for $100. And then these are some more Epipremnum pinnatum marbles for $20. Look at how gorgeous this Philodendron ghost is. Look at how ghosty it is. Look at how the new leaves are super bright. Love that as well. And then I'm just going to pan over here and show you some more of these rare plants. So alongside the thing that's exciting about Dallas Fort Worth area is there are so many people that grow rare plants and just have a very strong plant community. So I'm really excited to start meeting more folks and getting involved in the plant community in the Dallas area. Just like Fitzgerald Tropicals, they are very well known in terms of just being able to sell some of these amazing plants. Like this is a variegated domesticanum right over here. Let me see how much the price is. This is only for $45. Not a bad price at all. And there's so many nodes that you can cut from and cut this back and propagate even more variegated domesticanums. Really nice variegation. Absolutely stunning. And we've got some more right over here. This looks like a variegated, I don't know what this is. Let's take a look at it. Variegated burley, Philodendron burley marks. That one's nice as well. And then we have some Monstera Aureus. So we're seeing a lot of the Monstera Albos at big box stores. Costa Farms has actually released them, but the Aurea form is a little bit more rare to see, so that's nice to see they are offering that. And then right over here we have another Jose Bono for $30. So not a bad looking Jose Bono. It's actually got pretty good variegation. Really like that as well. And then we have right over here a Philodendron strawberry shake for $75. Not bad at all. Look at how beautiful the pink variegation is. That is another Philodendron I would love to add to my collection. And then we have another beautiful variegated plant right over there. Some more variegated plants. So they've got some really nice looking selections of plants. So if you're wanting to get a rare plant like this, Fitzgerald Tropicals, you want to definitely make their actual pop-ups. And then I actually had to put that back into my car, so I'm going to walk back into the tropical greenhouse and start showing you guys all the other plants that they offer at North Haven Gardens. So North Haven Gardens again specializes in tropical plants, outdoor landscaping plants, vegetable gardens. It's a really big facility, but right now we're going to be looking at just the indoor tropical plants. Like right over here we have some bromeliads. I can see that there's a couple of workers that are restocking their plants. So I'm going to try not to get them in film. This one is for $29.99. It's a beautiful looking one. I like bromeliads. I just don't have them in my collection. And then I'm actually going to take my time to show you guys more of the succulent cacti first before I get into the aroids and other philodendrons, just because I feel like I haven't really shown a lot of those plants, and that's something that I want to do, is give you guys a diverse look of plants. I'm going to eventually start getting outdoor landscaping plants as well. You can see that there's some string of hearts hanging baskets. And we're going to look at some jade plants right over here. I definitely want to add a jade plant just because it reminds me of my childhood. My mother and my grandmother grow them. But this one is a semi-variegated one. It's not highly variegated jade plant, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful one. I really like that as well. Jade plants are very easy. They're definitely a succulent, and you just don't have to overwater them, because if you overwater them, that's how you would kill them. They do very well in a lot of conditions. They definitely need a lot of bright light. Actually, full sun is best for jade plants. And then I don't know all of these specific succulents, but I am going to show you guys what each one looks like. I am a fan of succulents as well. I just haven't started growing succulents because I feel like if I start getting into them, this one I know is a kalanchoe, and that one's for $9.99. Not a bad price for a kalanchoe. If I start growing succulents, I'm probably just going to get addicted to them, and then there's just going to be even more plants that I would need to tend. But I've always liked this. I think this is an elephant bush. I see this often at big box stores like Home Depot in hanging baskets or Lowe's. So that's cool to see that at local plant nurseries like North Haven Gardens. So this one is a little bit bigger scope, but the Aeonium are actually my favorite succulent. So they have like a beautiful looking rose type form, and whenever I actually first saw any Aeoniums, it was actually from my brother's wedding. He actually got married in Carmel by the Sea, and basically these things were just growing rampant. They had so many variegated ones. They had ones that were so large in diameter. They were like almost like 2 to 3 feet in diameter, and they're just gorgeous. I want to grow these as well, and so I'm hoping that I can get some Aeoniums into my collection. That's probably going to be the first type of succulent I will bring into my house collection of plants, is Aeoniums. So what I like about it is that they branch out and create more plants, and then the variegation is amazing. I'm probably going to end up buying them from Etsy though, unless another local plant nursery like this one or Plants and Planters starts carrying some really highly variegated ones. They're super beautiful. So we're going to pass by the jade plant. We can see that there is a ponytail palm right over here. Again, I didn't realize ponytail palms are actually not palms, and they're actually succulents. And then right over here we have a devil's backbone, but it's not the variegated form. That's nice looking as well. And then we have a couple more jade plants right over here. I actually might get a jade plant before an aeonium, so we'll see what succulent I end up putting in my houseplant collection. But nonetheless, I definitely am going to add them. And then right over here, we have some ZZ plants right here, some large form ZZ plants. Definitely like the ZZ plants. My ZZ ravens in my personal collection are doing well. And it's funny, it says do not water. So that's their plant care tip for ZZ plants. And I agree, you don't really want to overwater a ZZ plant because that's how you would end up killing their roots. They end up getting root rot and it's just not a good thing. ZZ plants are pretty much like succulents. And I do like the fact that they have smaller varieties right over here. So if you don't want a really big one, you want to start out small, you can get one right over here for that price. Really nice looking ZZ plant actually. And they actually had some ZZ Zenzis that I saw right here, some smaller ZZ Zenzis. These are for $9.99 or $10.98. Sorry, $10.98 for a ZZ Zenzi plant. I'm still debating on whether I get one as well. If the price is right, I definitely want to buy one because there is a darker area in my home that I want to actually place it in specifically. So we shall see. But we've got a bunch of ZZ plants right here. They're very easy to take care of. So if you're a beginner and a beginner viewer for my channel, definitely consider getting a ZZ plant as one of your first plants. And then right over here, as always, I absolutely love Ficus elastica plants, or this one is a Ficus elastica ruby. I definitely love that red tone on it. It's one of those plants that are easy to grow. It's just that the only thing that makes them a little bit challenging is that they definitely require a lot of light. So I am actually based out in North Dallas, Texas. So if you're new to the channel, that's where I'm based at. And I actually had one of these plants growing in full Texas sun in the summertime where it was like 100-degree weather and it was thriving. Like it literally was pushing out beautiful variegation. It was not burning and I was super shocked. So you can test that. I'm not going to say that you should grow these plants in full sunlight, but I actually did last year and it worked out for me. Then right over here is a Ficus Audrey. I love my Ficus Audrey. I have neglected it and pretty much plant abused it. So it's not a good thing that I did that for my plant. Like it literally has dropped almost all its leaves. It's in the garage right now just because the temperatures are a little bit a little bit too cool. We actually ended up getting temperatures back down to the 32 degrees on this Saturday morning. So I don't want to put that plant out. It actually grows in the back, my back patio, and it does really well. So I may just cut it back and see if it will come back. And then right over here, we have another Ficus elastica right over here. I love looking at Ficus elastica just because of the very beautiful variegation that they provide. Now, rubber trees or any type of ficus plant, you have to give it bright light. So that is my biggest tip for anybody. If you cannot provide it bright indirect light or bright light in general, it's not going to do well for you. And I'm just going to pan over some of the pricing here. This is a Ficus elastica burgundy. Love Ficus elastica burgundy. Really like dark foliage plants. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. But the queen of all Ficus elastica has to go to the Ficus elastica taniki. Look at how beautiful this is. And this one is for $49.99. For $49.99, it is a little bit pricey, but when you look at how variegated it is, how healthy it is, that is a price that most people, even myself, might consider paying for it. Now, if you want a Ficus elastica taniki for like $12.99, that's going to be a little bit smaller than that. You can go to Trader Joe's. So if you have Trader Joe's grocery stores, definitely check that out. There's always a surplus of Ficus elastica taniki, but I did want to take the time to show you guys Ficus elastica taniki because it is literally a plant that looks like it was painted, a work of art. All the most positive adjectives you can describe in a plant goes into this Ficus taniki. I really like that. And for $49.99, that is not bad. North Haven's Garden is another example of a beautiful plant nursery in Dallas. So again, I didn't realize even after listening to the plant foldies, and that's what I call my viewers. So if you're new to the channel, plant foldies is what I call my viewers and subscribers. It's just an awesome thing to just show you guys what this looks like in terms of the plant selections, the plant nurseries that are available in the Dallas market. There's always just plants available, and which makes it even more competitive just because if you have a lot of options, your standard for healthy plants, what types of plants, the variety of plants tends to be a little bit more competitive. But at the end of the day, you know, North Havens is a local plant nursery that has been around for quite some time, alongside with Plants and Planters. So it's one of those things that if you just get on I-75, you'll be able to see these beautiful plant nurseries. Speaking of beautiful, look at how beautiful that variegated Chiflera is. That's another one that I might add into my plant collection. And as always, you will always see Ficus lyrata. These are the tree forms. Look at how large these are. I will say the best place to get Ficus lyrata this size is to go to Plant Keeper Incorporated, which is another local plant nursery in Dallas. I actually have a very long video that tours that plant nursery. So if you haven't already, please check that video out. And then right over here, we have a bunch of citrus type trees and plants. I have a variegated pink lemon tree that is growing in my garage right now. And then this is my first time ever seeing this type of Sansevieria. This is a Sansevieria Whitney for $39.99. Do you see like how it has solid green in the center part, and then the outlining is variegated leaves? So I really like that a lot. And I also like the whale fin right over here, the whale fin Sansevieria. And then we have some more Sansevieria here. Actually, these are some of my favorite Sansevieria. Do you notice how it's a thicker type foliage? These are Sansevieria cylindricas, I believe. And it also says do not water Sansevieria. So that's not a bad price at all for $29.99. These are so hardy, very easy to grow. And then this one is actually one of my favorite ones. These are the starfish Sansevieria. I've had one growing for me for a couple years. I've put it in full sun, pretty much dark, no light, and it is still growing. So it's a really good Sansevieria to grow. And then I love these. These are for $11.99. This one is a Dracaena right over here. This reminds me of the Dracaena Proven Winners Urban Urchin. I love how it has multiple types of colors. We've got a mint color, a light green color, a dark green, and white. I'm actually tempted to buy it. And then for all of my plant folies, it looks like you guys are a fan of this one. This is another Dracaena. This is for $11.99. This is the Dracaena Tornado or Hurricane. Look at how cool it is, how it like spins around. And what's cool about these Dracaena, all of these assorted ones, are that they do get very large. They are a little bit more slow growing, but the good thing about this type of Dracaena, like this Dracaena Tornado, is one, it can tolerate lower light conditions. Two, if you're an underwaterer, these are the plants for you because they don't really require a lot of light or water. They do best though with bright and direct light, but they can tolerate lower light conditions. Like look at that variegation on this plant. And honestly, for Dracaenas, $11.99 is not bad for a 4-inch potted up planter. And look at how established the roots are. They're so root bound, which means that they need to get repotted. But at the end of the day, these plants are very healthy. I really like that. I would say North Havens Garden probably has the best 4-inch planters of Dracaena. I definitely want to buy them. And then these are some of the tips or some of the insights on the Dracaena or the dragon tree. I didn't know they were called dragon trees, but look at this one right over here. This is another one that I like. I'm really tempted to buy a Dracaena from North Haven Gardens. I'm sure I will come back at some point and buy one. Again, I would love to have like all three of the ones right over here and have like a Dracaena corner in my household. But again, I keep talking about this, but I really want to get my plant set up together. I just have to get some time. I know in the first week of March, I have some time off. I have an entire week off to be able to just relax and also focus on my plants. So we will see, but look at how beautiful that Dracaena is. Unfortunately, I don't want to put the plant IDs for these specific Dracaenas because I'm not 100% sure. The only one that I'm 100% sure of is the Dracaena Tornado or Hurricane, whichever one you want to call it. That's the one with the yellow variegation. But look at how beautiful all of these Dracaenas are. That would be awesome to collect them. I did want to get one in a hydroponic situation where at Home Depot, they have the Leaf Joy H2O bowl of the Dracaena Urban Urchin. And I think that is what it is, the one with the white and mint, the one I'm about to pick up right over here. That's actually a Dracaena I want to put in my home. And look at this. Look at how root bound the roots are. But that's a good sign, meaning These plants have been growing for a while and they're fairly established, or it's not fairly, well established, so that's a good thing. I will commend North Haven Gardens for having some very healthy looking plants. And again, that's the whole thing about shopping at local plant nurseries. You are almost guaranteed that you will get a plant that is a little bit more healthy and pest free, or minimum pest, from a local plant nursery versus going to a big box store. Again, we get very good pricing for big box stores, and I don't want to sound like I'm bashing a big box store, because that's really where most of our plant folies have come from in terms of how they discovered this channel. But I do want to introduce everybody to local plant nurseries and really encourage supporting local businesses as well. There's some more philodendron right over here. Like this is a philodendron billetiae. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Billetiae. And this one is for $12.99. That is not a bad price at all for a Philodendron billetiae. And actually, I want to go grow one as well. At this point, if it's $12.99, I might as well wait for the variegated version to go down in price. But look at how beautiful that the orange stems are. I really like the Philodendron billetiae for $12.99. A couple years back, that was way more expensive. But as you can see with any plants, if you just wait long enough, the price of plants will go down in price just because they are more readily available. When you think about plants now, they're easy to tissue culture. There's just so many plants that they can be reproduced. This one is a Philodendron Ring of Fire for $39.99. I will say for Ring of Fire, it's better that you go to a big box store or even a grocery store that offers them, because you'll get a better price for that. But nonetheless, these are beautiful Philodendron Ring of Fires. I'm happy that a couple of the plant, foldies were able to find that at a big box store. And I've been looking at this. I've been looking at this specific philodendron. This is a Philodendron Columbia species. This is only for $9.99. But look at how beautiful the texture of the leaves are. It's got a silver metallic sheen to it. And for $9.99, that is not a bad price at all for that philodendron. And if you notice, every time I pull up a plant, it looks like the roots are coming out of the drainage holes, which means all of the plants at North Haven have some very established root systems. You can tell that these plants have been growing in these planters for a while, so you'll get a healthy looking plant. I do love this Philodendron Columbia species. I definitely am going to add that to my collection as well, alongside with this beautiful Philodendron cordatum lemon lime. That is a beautiful looking one. This one's for $14.99. This is also called the neon. So that's the thing about plants. Plant IDs have different names for it. This one is a Philodendron Hederaceum Brazil. Nice thick lush plant. I really like that. And this one's also for $14.99. Look at that variegation, beautiful variegation. I love the neon around it. Just a really nice looking plant, and it's starting to trail. And then right over here, we have a small Philodendron Sorderoy. I think, yeah, Sorderoy for $12.99. That is not a bad price at all for another philodendron. So that's the thing about North Haven Gardens. They've definitely got some amazing philodendron for some very cost-effective prices. I know that even like 2 to 3 years ago, our Philodendron Sorderoy was much more expensive than what it is being, sold now. $12.99 is not a bad price at all. And that's the thing about North Haven Gardens. That's just a good place to be able to buy these. And then obviously I love philodendrons that are like neon yellow or yellow plants in general. That one's for $12.99. And I really like that they have a lot of varieties to pick from. I thought this was like a Philodendron lemon lime, but based on the plant ID, it is something else. Actually, this is only $9.99. That is not a bad price. There is little bit of leaf damage there, but nonetheless, you can always cut off the leaf if you don't like that leaf damage on it. But look at how beautiful the yellow leaves are. And then right next to it is another philodendron I would love to add to my collection just because it does get large in size. This is a Philodendron Prince of Orange. This is for $24.99. So this one's slightly pricey for a 4-inch planter, but that's not bad at all. Look at how beautiful the new leaves come out orange. That's probably why it's called the Philodendron Prince of Orange. And right over here, look at this. This is a Philodendron Golden Violin. I ended up finding this at Walmart, but let's see how much this costs. This one is for $19.99. That's not a bad price at all. Obviously, it's not as big as some of the Philodendron Golden Violins you would find from Trending Tropicals Costa Farms. But if you're able to find it in a big box store, that is one philodendron I would say you would be better off buying at Walmart or a big box store, just because for 1984, yeah, that's, you know, really cool as well. So we will see what that looks like. And then we have another philodendron lemon lime, or more philodendron golden crocodile right over there. Or not, golden violet. Sorry guys. There's just so many golden somethings with philodendrons, I sometimes get them mixed up. And then right over here, we have another Dracaena. This one looks really nice. Nice large one. And then we have some more Sansevieria right over here. I do think that Sansevieria Whitney is really cool. And then this Sansevieria Gold Flame for $29.99 is a beautiful one as well. I really like the yellow variegation of it. Although I will say the La Rubia Sansevieria has got to be my favorite Sansevieria. And we also have some more Sansevieria. I think that is a moonshine, but I'm not 100% sure. And then we have some more bird's nest Sansevieria. But nonetheless, you know, North Haven's garden has a lot of variety of plants. I love that they have succulents, philodendrons, aroids, Hoyas. They've got it all. So it's not as full as I typically will see it, but you know, it has been cold. But let me go ahead and cut off to another commercial break. So for all of my new plant foldies or viewers, I typically show you guys how to make an origami paper crane on most of my videos. I'm trying to incorporate my origami alongside my plant videos. So right now I'm showing you guys how to make an origami paper crane. Originally, this channel was an origami ASMR channel where I was just folding origami paper cranes. I've actually been folding origami paper cranes for the last 7 years. My goal is to fold 1 million paper cranes someday. And I actually fold origami paper cranes every single day and have been doing so for a while. But yeah, this is just, you know, a little tutorial, a quick tutorial of how to fold an origami paper crane. If you want to see and learn how to make an origami paper crane, if you scroll down to my my older videos, I've got literally hundreds of slow motion origami paper crane videos. For my plant foldies, I hope you guys will learn how to make an origami paper crane, maybe even take a picture of your creation. Tag me on Instagram at growfolds and use the hashtag plantfoldy. Hashtag growfolds to connect all of us even on Instagram. But hopefully you guys like just a little splash of origami right over here. I'm thinking about doing an origami paper crane giveaway for the paper cranes that I've featured in my videos. But as you can see, I also have a variegated Philodendron pedatum that I was able to get during a pop-up. So that's, you know, really exciting. I was able to get it from a fellow Filipino seller for a very good price. So I'm really excited about that. It was definitely not in my plant budget, but I could not pass it up because it's easy to find that. But as you can see, it's super easy to make an origami paper crane, and hopefully I'll see y'all's creations as well. Now back to North Haven Gardens. We are looking at some calicasia right over here. That is a nice looking one. I believe these are all for $12.99. So they're called elephant ears, alocasia, calicasia. Not 100% sure what the difference between an alocasia is versus a calicasia. All I know is I've got a bunch of alocasia in my collection, and I'm actually surprised on how well they're doing in my plant care. Like, they haven't gotten any spider mites. My Jacqueline is still acclimating to my home. I heard that the alocasia Jacqueline is a little bit more finicky, but you know, hopefully I can get it to grow. And then right over here, we have some carnivorous plants, some Venus flytraps. And then we have another large Dracaena type cane tree. That's really nice. And then what else do we have right over here? We've got some more plants around this corner. Again, North Haven Gardens typically has a little bit more of a full tropical greenhouse, but maybe it's just because spring is coming around and, you know, they're starting to get shipments in. I did want to show you this. This is a beautiful Croton Mame, and what's interesting is if you look underneath the plant, look at how root bound it is. This is definitely ready to be potted up in a larger planter, but nonetheless that shows that these plants again are super healthy. It'd be interesting to try to put a Croton in a hydroponic situation, like just growing it in water. I'm not sure if it would actually survive the transition from soil to water. It's already bad enough that crotons are a little bit more of a finicky plant. They do require a little bit higher light conditions. I've been told that they actually grow better outdoors. I do want to grow some crotons just because I really do like the colors of them. Some people actually either love them or hate them. I do love them. I don't hate them. I just hate that they are finicky plants, just almost like a Ficus lyrata or a Fiddle Fig leaf tree. And then we have some more hanging baskets over there in the corner. It looks like people are looking at some of those Thai constellations, which is where I will eventually feature. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. And then this right over here is a lemon button fern for $8.99. I've seen this actually at a grocery store called Kroger. Mason Farms is the plant supplier for Kroger's, and I've seen them for like it's $5.99. And then I think these are so precious right here. Look at that. This is an asparagus fern. You can see that there's roots even coming out of all of the drainage holes as well. So you can see that these plants are super healthy. I love the fact that, the plants are actually root bound, which means they've been growing in their containers for a while. So they're not like just propagated and then put in some soil. And then I did want to pan over here. So I'm thinking that this is an Aglonema Romeo. It's a large Aglonema Romeo actually, and I love Aglonema. So for my new plant foldies or viewers, if you don't know this about me, I love Aglonema, although I don't love the price for this Aglonema. $149.99 for this is a little bit pricey, but I love Aglonema. Aglonema are so easy to care for. They can tolerate lower light conditions. They don't need a lot of water, and they have such a variety of different colors and shapes in their leaves. So definitely check out Aglonema. And then right over here, we are going to be looking at a goldfish plant. I think these are really cool. What I like about it is the fact that it's got like a very thick, waxy texture. It almost reminds me of a Hoya, and I think those are really cute. I've never grown a goldfish plant, but that's something I might consider growing in the near future. And then obviously for my plant foldies that love Hoyas, especially for my Canadian plant foldie, Kathy, here you go. I'm gonna show you some Hoya. So this is another Hoya carnosa. These are for $14.99. Look at how beautiful that is right there. Love the variegation. My two Hoyas that I have in my collection so far are a Hoya carnosa Crimson Princess and a Hoya carnosa Crimson Queen, both of them which I bought at Walmart by Culsa Farms Exotic Angel hanging basket. So I really like to, I guess, expand my Hoya collection. And North Havens does have quite a bit of Hoyas to choose from. This one is a Hoya Chelsea. Hoya Chelsea is a very classic Hoya. I do love how it's green and just the shape of the leaves. And then this one right over here is another Hoya. I can't really pronounce it, but I did want to just show you the plant ID. I do like the very stark veining of the leaves. That looks really beautiful. So with Hoyas, I would love to be able to grow a Hoya and actually get it to bloom. I think that would be cool. And then besides Hoyas, they also offer Calathea. So this is a Calathea Dottie for $14.99. You often see that typical Calathea at a big box store. And then right over here, we have a Calathea Makuyana. These are also for $14.99, and these are all in 4-inch planters. Look at how look at how the roots are just bursting out of the pots. So these are definitely in need of homes and definitely need to be repotted. But these Calathea Makuyana are very healthy looking indeed. And so I don't know, if you ever check out local plant nurseries in your area, please leave in the comments, local nurseries in your areas that you would recommend. I do plan to do a lot of traveling as well. And then whenever I'm out and about, I would love to be able to blog about some other plant nurseries outside of Texas. Internationally, we will see. But this one is another beautiful Hoya. This one's for $34.99 in a 6-inch planter. And it looks like it's shooting out more shoots. So it's going to grow some more leaves. Look at how beautiful that is. I would be really interested to see what this looks like when it's sun stressed. And for those that are new, sun stressing is basically when you just flood it with a lot of light. Hoyas actually get a different color form. Sometimes they'll get some pink. Sometimes their leaves will turn like a deep purple. But nonetheless, it doesn't really hurt the plant just because Hoyas, again, really like a lot of light. They do very well in bright light conditions. And then I'm just going to pan over here. I'm really trying not to get shoppers in my videos. Again, it's one of those things when you're video blogging and plant shopping, you don't want to be just filming people's faces. I just wouldn't want that to happen if somebody else was blogging. So that's why you don't see a lot of people in my my videos, or at least try not to get them, at least their faces in there. And speaking of faces, I still will remain faceless for a while. I'm debating on whether I should show my face, but we will see. And then this one right over here is a Peperomia Owl's Eye, although I think this is for $9.99. This is a Peperomia Teardrop or Raindrop. It's interesting how a lot of plants have just different plant IDs, but it's essentially the same plant. This one is a very showy Peperomia, and I do like how the leaves are very waxy. And then we have another Peperomia right over here for $9.99. Either $9.99 or $7.99. Let me pull it out and see how much it is. But look at that beautiful variegation as well. Yeah, let's go see if I can get the price on there. But nonetheless, it is a beautiful variegated Peperomia. It's one of those Peperomias that you know, I tend to gravitate to just because I love high variegation. Actually, this is for $7.99. Not a bad price for a Peperomia. And then look at this Peperomia right here. I'm going to just show you this. This is for $24.99. So I'm not 100% sure what type of Peperomia this is, but the leaves are very thick and fuzzy, velvety texture to the leaves. I would love to add this to my collection. There's just a lot of plants I would love to add, but obviously it's space constraints and also just making sure that I have the time to take care of plants. You know, we look at plants every day, and then I'm so thankful for all of my plant foldies that visit my live premiere. Sometimes I'll be as late as 9 o'clock and we'll still have like 50 people on. Thank you so much. I feel like you guys are not getting tired of my plant videos and not getting tired of me just rambling on for an hour. I do prefer to make longer videos just because if you join the live chats, we have more time to text each other and chat. And then these ones right over here are some Begonia Rex plants. These are only for $10.99, and that is not a bad price at all. I'm actually getting into begonias, specifically Begonia Rex. My Begonia Rex are doing well. I let them actually bone dry completely, and then make sure that you don't water the leaves or get the stems wet. Otherwise, they will end up just rotting away. So that's just, you know, my care tips for Begonia Rex. But look at this one. This one's actually super beautiful. Look at how red it is. And I'm actually tempted to take this one home today, but I already know that I've already bought a couple of plants today, especially buying that Epipremnum pinnatum marble from Fitzgerald Tropicals. I want to make sure that I don't break my plant bank. But nonetheless, look at how gorgeous these are. Love the color. I love red plants. I love pink plants. I like purple plants. I love silver plants. Honestly, I love all plants, but these are definitely something that's special to my heart. I love begonias. My grandmother grows begonias way better than me. She's able to propagate them like weeds, and they're super easy. And I did want to show you this. So we've been seeing a lot of Begonia maculata. This one is actually for $9.99. These are very small baby ones, but if you ever go to like Walmart, Trending Tropicals, Costa Farm, Self-Watering Planters features a bunch of Begonia maculata. And then here is going to be another begonia. Look at the begonia here, and this one is happy because look at how it's blooming. Look at the texture of the leaves. Look at how beautiful this begonia is. This is another begonia I need to add to my collection. And I'm actually doing very well not picking up plants because I was either going to buy a Dracaena today, a Begonia Rex, and even this begonia, but I've been good about not picking up the plants. We'll see if I can actually create more funds. I will say in terms of y'all's support, let's see how much this is. It's actually $22.99. That's not a bad price at all, and it's super full. I've actually seen this at Lowe's. So Costa Farms actually has this in a smaller 3-inch planter for $5.97. But I really like this begonia. I need this begonia. Should I get this begonia now, guys? Let me know in the comments or in the live premiere chat. But look at that. That is a gorgeous looking begonia. I need that. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know if I should really get this or not, but I definitely feel like I need to. And this is a Tiger Paul's begonia. So Begonia Tiger Paul's. Like that I finally got the plant ID for this. Definitely beautiful looking begonia. Now with begonia, again, they need bright indirect light. Try not to water from the top. I actually bottom water all of my begonias just because they're easier to not get wet. They really don't like their leaves getting wet. They end up like rotting. So just make sure that you don't get your begonias leaves wet. Other than that, begonias can also do very well growing outside in a shaded patio. I think that if I have a begonia, that would be one thing I would do this spring and even summer, is just growing them outside and letting them really thrive. I know that whenever you grow houseplants, quote houseplants outside, they tend to thrive a little bit better just because of the, I guess, just the lighting conditions. And for some reason, when you grow plants outside, they don't get as many pests like mealybugs, spider mites, and all of that. It's just kind of odd that they don't do that. But I believe it's because they do have natural predators that take care of the pests. Right over here, we have an Aurelia that's fairly mature. Look at how large the Aurelia leaves are getting. Really like that as a lot. I actually still have my Aurelia, variegated Aurelia, that I was able to rescue from a Lowe's, and I only paid $1 for it, so it's doing very well. I've seen some new growth from it, so it looks like it is on its way to recovery. But I did want to walk around here and show you a couple more plants from North Haven Gardens. This one are some hanging baskets of staghorn ferns. Again, I've stated this in a lot of my other videos. I definitely want to add more hanging baskets to my home. These are beautiful spider plants right here. Now, I would recommend going to Plants and Planters for spider plant hanging baskets, or just hanging baskets in general. They Plants and Planters probably has the best hanging baskets available for a really good price as well. Those are some hanging baskets. Philodendron Brazil. We've got a Ficus lyrata tree right over here. And then what else do we have? We've got Dracaena marginata over there. And this one right over here is another type of Dracaena cane. We've got some assorted maidenhair fern that are available here. Some of them are browning and crisping, so maybe not enough humidity. And these ones are for $7.99. That's not a bad price at all. And then we have some more ferns right over here. I am not currently growing any kind of fern in my collection. I'm always worried that I'm not able to provide like high humidity for certain plants, so I've kind of restrained myself from buying fern. And then these are some beautiful Philodendron Rojo Congos. Philodendron Rojo Congos are just beautiful in the fact that they're very low maintenance philodendrons. Just make sure that you water when it's completely dry, and their leaves get very large. So that's the only thing about that, is you need to make sure you have space. And then right over here, these are what they call the terrarium plants. Honestly, these are starter plants, and every single plant that you see here are for $4.99. Look at how beautiful these Tradescanthia Nanook are for $4.99, just starter ones. That's really cute. I love pink plants. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys also like pink plants. And then we also have a bunch of starter plants here. We've got some Christmas cactus right over here that are for sale. They're obviously not in bloom just because they bloom during the Christmas season. And then we have some anthuriums right over here. I believe these anthuriums are $14.99. So it's not a bad price. I just feel like Walmart, if you're looking for an anthurium, you need to go to Walmart or a big box store. They sell them for the same price, and you'll get a bigger anthurium. But nonetheless, beautiful looking anthurium. I'm still trying to get a variegated anthurium, the Anthurium shibori. So definitely Google that or check it out. It's a beautiful variegated looking anthurium. I do like the white anthuriums, but what I like about anthuriums more so is just the leaves. Look at how gorgeous and shiny the leaves are. I'm going to pan over here. These are some 4-inch potted up Monstera Thai constellations. These are for $49.99. So these Monstera Thai constellations are for $49.99. Look at how beautiful that is. And that's so exciting to be able to see Monstera Thai constellations pretty much available at local plant nurseries. Look at how strong that root system is for that. And look at how highly variegated the leaf is for this Monstera Thai constellation. It's just nice to see that there are more plants accessible for anybody. It's not just for people who have a lot of money. We can now see that these plant pricings are starting to lower. And you know, for this plant right here, I know I bought mine about 3 or 4 years ago, and it has really grown its size. With Monstera Thai constellations, the one thing that you have to watch out for is make sure that you are not overwatering it, because especially in this juvenile stage, root rot is a thing. It can easily root rot, and that's what kills most Monstera Thai constellations. So just definitely pay attention to that. You don't want to overwater a Monstera Thai constellation. Now I'm looking for a Monstera Thai constellation crew Boulet, which is more of a highly variegated Monstera. Nonetheless, Monsteras are beautiful, and I think everybody should add that to their collection. I am actually a fan of the Monstera deliciosa. It's one of those Monsteras, just a green form that still rings very relevant to me, just because it does remind me of a very classic houseplant. And then right over here for my Hoya lovers, these are some Hoya Lisas in hanging baskets. Look at the variegation. And you can see that there is a little bit of sun stressing here just because it does have some pinks and some creams. But look at how beautiful the variegation is here. And I do love the fact that it's growing in a hanging basket. It's surprisingly that I actually have hanging baskets of Hoya, but they're doing very well for me. I water when they are completely dry in my shower, and they're doing well. And then right over here, we have some more Hoya hanging baskets. I do like that. This one is a Hoya macrophyllum, variegated macrophyllum. So look at that. Look at how large the leaves are, and look at the margins or the outlines of white cream variegation on the leaves. Very nice looking one. I love the veining of it as well. I'm thinking that I might end up buying Hoyas from North Haven Gardens at some point. So that's the cool thing about being able to do plant shopping videos on the daily. I'm able to explore different areas to find different plants, so I know what is cost effective, where to get plants, and all of that. And you can see in the background is my friend Isaac. His YouTube channel is Hi JR Sing, so if you want to check that out. He does pageant content, but also posts random plant videos as well, so check his channel out. But look at this beautiful Hoya right over here. I really like that as well. These are for $29.99, so there's just a bunch of different Hoyas. This is another Hoya right over here. I'm just going to show you the plant ID. This is for $26.99, but look at that. I like that the leaves are a little bit more neon and green, and there's some subtle veining on the leaves as well. I really like that a lot. I'm just excited to be able to go to many plant nurseries. Dallas has so many plant nurseries to choose from, and you better believe that I will be visiting these plant nurseries often and showing you guys these videos. I really hope you guys don't get tired of seeing the same plant nurseries just because there's so much to offer. And yeah, these assorted terrarium plants are for $4.99. I am so excited to see this. Do you see this, what I'm looking at? These are some small strawberry begonias. I definitely want to get a strawberry begonia because look at the variegation. So I saw a strawberry begonia in a hanging basket, just one that's not variegated, but look at the variegated ones. I've been told that strawberry begonia are easy to grow, so I definitely want to get one of these plants. I might end up getting it at Callaway's because they also had those to offer. But look at the variegated strawberry begonia. That one's for $4.99, but I believe Callaway sells them for like $2.99. So I may just go with that. But look at that. Look at how beautiful the pink variegation is. That is so precious. So I love those starter plants. I ended up getting a couple of starter plants actually from an Etsy seller called Green Escape. I got me an Aglaonema, yes, Aglaonema Lotus Delight, and another type of starter plant that I will definitely show you. It's a variegated Palea. But you can see there are a lot of starter plants here. They're not necessarily for terrariums, but you can start that. And I actually was inspired to make a terrarium, so we will see. But guys, you already know this is not a plant foldy grow folds video without seeing a Hydra helix, or more so to say the correct pronunciation, it is a Hedera helix, or an English ivy. I do like the variegation of this one right here. This one is for $4.99. So for my local plant foldies in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, definitely check out North Haven Gardens. I'm pretty sure you've been to this plant nursery, but if you haven't, definitely check it out. And if you are visiting Dallas or from out of town, come visit North Havens as well. I really want to pretty much get some exposure for all of our local plant nurseries in the DFW market. And so just check that out. And then you can see right here, we've got some more assorted anthuriums. Love me some assorted anthuriums. I'm looking for the darker foliage ones. And then here is another type of Hoya, guys. So I've said that I was going to try to get more Hoya footage for y'all, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. But I like this Hoya as well too. The Hoya bug is about to bite me, and I'm going to be infected with Hoya love. I don't know if that's something that I should be getting into, but I definitely want to start growing some Hoyas, more Hoyas. And then right over here, we have some more beautiful succulents. I just love that these succulents are very simple, but they look like flowers, like wax flowers. Look at that. I'm just going to show you the plant ID for this. So this is an Echeveria minima gray. And then we have some more succulents right here. These succulents are super happy because look at that. They are actually blooming as well. And I'll pan over here. Like I said, again, typically this greenhouse is super full, but you know, nonetheless, there's still a lot of plants. And I do have to show you these African violet. So the African violet that I added, it's the first blooming plant I have, has been doing very well. I bottom water it and give it some bright indirect light and has been doing amazing for me in my care. So that's one thing that I'm super excited about. I definitely want to get another variegated type African violet. And if I'm going to end up getting another African violet, I want the variegation to have more of like a cream pink tone. There is a local provider of African violets that's based out in Dallas, actually. So they get a lot of these African violets to grow. I'm probably going to end up getting my African violets from Archie's our garden land in Fort Worth, Texas, because these are for $12.99, but the ones over in Archie's garden land are only for $9.99. But we will see. I will also probably consider getting some plants from Nicholson Hardy, some African violets there. They have some beautiful African violets and blooming plants. That is another local plant nursery. If you haven't already seen the Nicholson Hardy plant nursery tours on my channel, please definitely check it out. But you can see there are a lot of African violets. African violets just remind me of my grandmother because she grew a bunch of them as I was growing up. And if you really want to know where my plant passion came from, and it's really from my grandmother. She has always grown plants. She's grown different types of plants. She grows outdoor plants, indoor plants, all the plants you can possibly think of. And I'm so thankful my grandmother taught me about plants. You know, whenever you're growing plants, it does take a lot of work and dedication. And really, you can't just pick up a plant and think that it's going to thrive. There is a lot of work involved with plants. Like, you have to make sure you're watering them. You have to make sure they have the right soil conditions, the right lighting conditions. You have to make sure that you're grooming your plants. So, you know, trimming the dead leaves off, making sure that you're checking for pests, making sure you've done enough research about what the plant needs. You know, it's easy for us to really like plants and admire them, but whenever we go plant shopping, you want to make sure that you have the space for the plant, the time that you can invest for the plant. Otherwise, it's going to bring you more stress than joy. Speaking of joy though, look at this. I love all of these different types of orchids. So North Haven sometimes has an orchid show. So that's one place I definitely want to check out, is just an orchid show from North Havens. And I'm going to just keep looking at all of these different kinds of orchids. So this is a different kind of orchid. I will say North Havens, of all the local plant nurseries, probably has the most diverse orchids. Like, this is a vanilla orchid plant right here. And look, it's a variegated one. And look at how beautiful the leaves are. But again, if you're going to find orchids, if you're going to a big box store, I would recommend Lowe's or Trader Joe's to get your orchids because they have a little bit more diversity. But anyways, I did want to pan up finally to these indoor azaleas. These are for $19.99, so they're a little bit more pricey. I'm actually curious to see if indoor azaleas are going to be more cost effective now that Valentine's is over. So I might check out my local Kroger's real quick to see if we have any sales for these indoor azaleas, because there was a bunch of them and I really do want to grow one in my my home. I will definitely put it in under like a grow light in a cooler condition, because apparently indoor azaleas need cooler conditions. They do not do well when it is hot. So that's something that I actually learned and did my research on. So we will see. And actually, it might be interesting to convert them into an azalea bonsai. I love Satsuki azalea, and I actually have Satsuki azalea growing in my backyard. And look at how cool these bromeliads are. I love the dark foliage of it. Very interesting. And you can see that they have gotten plants from Canada. So these are different types of plants. I'm just going to be nosy and see what they have. So this is an alocasia and in a camouflage, variegated camouflage. And then I want to go pan over again one last time at the Fitzgerald Tropicals pop-up. So we have another Monstera Sudliana Aurea for $30. That is not a bad price at all. And look at how healthy that one looks. It's ready to get on a pole. It wants to crawl up on something. And then we have some Epipremnum pinnatum albos. We've got a variegated domesticanum right over here. Love that variegation. And we've got some more Philodendron. I'm thinking this is a Rio, not 100% sure. And then we have some more Epipremnum pinnatums growing up, a little stick right there. This is a Florida Ghost. Nice looking Florida Ghost. I definitely need to add a Florida Ghost to my collection. Look at how minty it is. Love the new growth of it. But as you can see, Fitzgerald Tropicals has some amazing plants. If you haven't already, please follow them at Fitzgerald Tropicals on Instagram. Very reliable seller. They have some amazing plants, and if you're looking for rare plants, that is the place to get them. They do pop-ups quite often at North Havens, and that's really what brought me to go to North Havens is just the pop-up they had. Like, look at how beautiful this Florida variegated Florida beauty is for $75. That is not a bad price at all. I eventually would love to be able to get a Monstera Adonsonii variegated form. This one's too highly variegated for me though. Not 100% sure if, you know, it'll be stable. You want a good balance of variegation. Sometimes people really want the highly variegated ones, but I would rather have a more balanced one like this one right here. Those are all for $50. Not a bad price at all, especially for a local plant seller. And that's the thing, guys, support local plant businesses. Definitely enjoy big box store plant shopping, but definitely also support your local plant businesses. I can't stress enough how the plants are always, or I wouldn't say always, but are highly, the probability of getting a healthy plant from a local plant seller is more so than a big box store. I'm just stating from my past experiences, and you can see these beautiful Monstera Albos. They come in different types of variegation, high variegations. Look at how beautiful that is. That is an absolutely stunning leaf. And, you know, Fitzgerald Tropicals is one that if you're looking for an albo, so albos haven't been mass produced yet, definitely get one from Fitzgerald Tropicals. I know Monstera Thai constellations are out there, but albos, I mean, I like albos. I actually like both. I'm not 100% sure which one I like more, so the albo or a Thai constellation. Plant foldies, let me know what you think. Do you like the albo more or the Thai constellation? I'm really curious to see what you guys think. And, you know, as always, I just enjoyed that we have all been able to get together and chat about plants, really watch my videos. You know, if you guys get a chance, please just hit the like button on my videos. They really do push my content out to even more plant foldies or future plant foldies. Like, look at that beautiful variegation. This is my favorite one. This one's for $220, but you know, that's the kind of support I would just ask is, you know, if you can just give me a like on my videos, share my videos, and even leave comments. That's all I ask for, and I will continue to give you guys daily plant videos just because they bring me joy to create them. They do take a little bit of time. I try my best to give you guys some good insights and then just to diversify some of my plant content. But yeah, that's another thing that I'm going to do is to be visiting plant pop-ups and also going to a plant convention. I'm thinking about going to PlantCon in Houston in April, so maybe I might see you guys there. But I'm actually debating on whether I should just get this variegated Monstera Adonsonii. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh, decisions. And look at how much root it is for this Philodendron Florida beauty. So they've got some really nice looking plants. If you're looking for that wish list plant, definitely go to Fitzgerald Tropicals on Instagram. They may be able to sell to you directly. I'm not 100% sure, but as always, I'm going to go ahead and end this video fairly quickly. Plant foldies, as always, make sure that you're smashing the like button, subscribing, sharing your video, you know, my videos, commenting on them. And if you haven't already, please follow me on Instagram at growfolds. I don't know. Should I get this plant right here? I'm already having such a tough time deciding. This is only for $40. This is a variegated domesticanum, but look at how beautiful all of the variegation is. Now, I'm not 100% sure if the variegation is actually going to be as stable. I know with a Philodendron Burley Marxii, that one is slightly unstable, and I don't know, but I just keep going back to these plants because I don't know if I should get it. But anyways, I will see you on the next one. Bye.